I said this would happen. I said we were going to bring that smoke, and I said we'd split, and I said we'd win the game 33-13. Did the Eagles, did they score an offensive touchdown? Did you guys see that? I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
I can't see anything.
I don't think they did.
So.
You go, boy.
Whoa. Hey, this a vibe, nigga. Whoa. Woo. Secure the bag, I need more. Hey, 3P, Jordan. Whoa. Woo. I can't keep it on a low. This a whole vibe. I don't need a plug, no cosign. Thinking out loud, that's a gold mine. Mask on, yeah, COVID-19. Baby mama, yeah, looking like Rihanna. Rest in peace to George, rest in peace Brianna. Still kicking like Van Damme with my niggas in Amsterdam.
Yo. Hey, yo, Steve, load them up, baby. We do drops on this show, baby. Brought to you by all the drops. And all the Yahtzees. And all the Savages. And all the Dom DeMarcos. Yes, sir. Can I get a Kevin Nash? The band is back together.
The band is back together.
Yes. It's your boy. You go, boy. Yo.
You go, boy.
So we are going to kick things off properly. This is the 2023. This is the season finale, year finale of Sports Talk with this guy. You know who this guy is. My right-hand man, my brother, Mongolicious over here.
What's up, everybody?
And then we got my other guy right here. You know who this is. Give me some.
Yo, I'm not gonna do that right now. We're gonna save that for Saturday.
Yes, Saturday. Enrique Iglesias himself, Jason Enrique, is in his house. And my main man, D Sizzle.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Okay, take it back to school. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the year finale of not just Sports Talk with me and Mongo, not just the U-Goboy podcast, live from Bravery Studios in lovely Garfield, New Jersey. Yes, I'll be podcasting pretty much throughout the year, but let me wrap up my show. Let's get this out the way because
one thing at a time.
Appreciate that. So, but round of applause for all the subscribers across all the platforms. Round of applause, Steve-O. You guys have blown up this show, this podcast, this channel. Give me some Dom DeMarcos. We're at 153,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, man. Thank you guys so much. We're at about 500,000 on TikTok. We're at about 1 million views on freaking the music channel as well. So again, round of applause one more time. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Gratitude. What a year. And go stream U-Goboy music. I'm gonna be on set on Saturday right after recording with this guy.
You go, boy.
For Yo Bravery Sports, by the way, go check out Yo BTV Sports with my main man Jason Enrique. We got Steve on the boards. The GOAT himself. For those who don't know, Steve was he was on the boards for the first episode back in June 9th, 2022, man. So he only comes for the big ones, bro, for sure. So a lot to talk about. Is Sports Talk. You see this face, you see that face, you see the beards. We got a lot of beards and goatees. Lots of facial hair.
See, I had to cut the beard. I couldn't do it any longer. I got the No Shave November, and I had to give it up.
Now, wifey put her foot down. She's like, enough is enough. But no. So we got a ton to talk about. A lot of. Can I get a JETS? Jets, right? Yeah. And can I get a how about them Cowboys? And hey Paisan, how you doing? With Tommy Cutlets, how you doing? Matawan. Hey, Rocky, hey Paisan, you seen Rocky? Great fucking movie. I don't want to spoil the ending. The slime wins this time. Tommy DeVito, Mongo's cousin.
You're talking about Joe Pesci.
Exactly. He's been killing it. We're going to talk about the Giants. We're going to talk about the Jets. We're going to talk about Ohtani. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about the NFC, AFC. We got an hour, maybe an hour plus, give or take. So strap in, boys and girls. It's about that time.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Let's kick things off. We're going to kick things off. Can I get a how about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? And I think I'm going to put the sunglasses on. I think I got to put the glasses on. I think I got to put the glasses on. I think I got to put the glasses on.
The Ric Flair.
Yes. Can I get it whether you like it or not? Can I get that real good?
Like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today.
Is there a problem, officer?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, Mongo, you throw some shades on too. Sorry, guys. Just sit back and enjoy. Just sit back and enjoy.
I get to join the village.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So excited.
No shade.
See,
You need it when you're standing next to a star like us. So.
yeah, pretty much. That part.
As the kids say, that part.
I'm gonna hold my belt real quick. I'm gonna hold my belt because when you're first place in the NFC East, you get to do that. You get to do that. Can I get another Dom? Can I get a Dom DeMarco? Can I get a Dom DeMarco? And yeah, keep them coming. So, where's my camera? So listen, I've got a lot of Eagle fans. I lived in Pennsylvania for about 7 years, so I'm very familiar with Pittsburgh. I'm very familiar with Philadelphia. I'm very familiar with Fly Eagles. So I'm familiar with all that. And I warned Eagle fans that it's just the first game. Mongo even said, listen, it'll probably be a trilogy. It's like we're cutting a wrestling promo because we both got sunglasses. How you guys doing? Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I swear, it's funny to me because I warned you Eagle fans, you Philadelphia E-Girl fans, you bums. I warned you that we were playing again. And this time when we were playing, it would be in Jerry's world. It'll be at the $1 billion playpen. It would be at AT&T Stadium. It would be where the Cowboys have won 14, going on now 15 consecutive games. I warned you that your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, the best fullback in the NFC. I mean, the best wannabe quarterback in the NFC East. I warned you. I gotta take glasses off this one. I warned you that when he played the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium, things would be different. Things would get spooky. And then Micah Parsons, the lion is always hungry. The man had the flu. And still got home for that sack. You saw that sack? He freaking ran through Lane Johnson's chest and still put down the quarterback.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Give me 5.5.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Listen. I said this would happen. I said we were going to bring that smoke, and I said we'd split, and I said we'd win the game 33-13. Did the Eagles? Did they score an offensive touchdown? Did you guys see that? I don't think they did.
I can't see anything.
I don't think they did. Why would you play games with me? Give me a Roman Reigns.
Like a Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
Long overdue. So again.
Why would you play games with me?
There we go. Listen, so the Cowboys left no doubt, and they could use that excuse of, we played 3 games in 13 days and we're tired and we're not at our best. I'm not trying to hear that because we let Geno Smith look like Joe Montana on us playing our 3rd game in 13 days. Exactly. So that excuse is irrelevant. And I said it. Everyone throws a party on the Eagles secondary. Everybody throws a party on the Eagles secondary. Sam Howell threw 2 parties. Dak Prescott threw 2 parties. Kirk Cousins threw a party. Brock Purdy threw a luncheon with mimosas and freaking a charcuterie board. 400 plus yards as well as 4 touchdowns. Josh Allen threw a party on him. The Eagles gave up like 1,000 yards of offense just between the 49er and the Bills game alone. And what do you think Dak did? Once again, Rain Dakota Prescott, first of his name. Gotta say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. This is nothing new. Dak is 9-4 career-wise against the Eagles, and you guys know all those stats, right? You guys know all those stats, right?
You keep receipts.
Let me hear it.
Keep receipts.
Bring stats to the stats guy. Let me hear it.
Let's bring stats out.
Next gen stats right here.
Next gen stats. Oh my goodness. Yes. By the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You guys having fun? Because I'm just getting warmed up.
So far, so great.
Always have a blast here at U-Goboy.
Bravery Studios.
Live from Bravery Studios.
U-Goboy.
Yes, sir. I had to take the glasses off because I've been waiting. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. I've been waiting all day to drop these stats. So you guys know all those stats. Dak Prescott in his last 5 games versus the Philadelphia Eagles. He has a 4-1 record. He's got 71% completion percentage. He's averaging 305 yards. That's the low end, 305 yards. He has a 127.4 passer rating. By the way, a perfect rating is 158.3, if I'm not mistaken. And oh yeah, here's my favorite part. 16 touchdowns, 1 interception. Oh. Tell me when I'm telling lies!
This is very true.
Tell me when I'm telling lies! Because your boy's not lying.
Jesus!
He has been seeing the freaking the freaking birds, go birds, since 2016, and he did it again. First place Cowboys, 10-3, and trust me, we're not done yet.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
So I'm gonna pass it. Whoever takes it, because I need a second, because that was dope. That was dope. Round of applause for myself. That was fire. That was fire. Who wants to take it?
This is beautiful. What is the velvet?
What is this, velvet?
So as we give you this breather here, what it sounds.
Hold the belt. You're allowed to hold the belt.
Thank you. Oh, this is nice.
It's like the talking pillow.
Real nice.
It's like the talking pillow. You've got the belt. You've got the belt.
Okay.
Have at it, my friend.
Sheesh. So what it sounds like to me is you started the campaign, right, for MVP. Yeah? Are we going to see Dak?
More like MV Prescott.
Yes.
Dak being the MVP this year? Are you all in on that?
MV Prescott. It's not MVP. It's MV Prescott. Can you get down the Marco? Yeah, down the Marco? Gosh, yeah, okay. Pretty much. More or less.
Listen, I just had to make sure. Usually around this time of the year, Cowboys fans, they get a little humble. They say, no, we haven't done enough. We haven't done this. Sounds like you're all in for MVP. Sounds like you're all in for the playoff run. Sounds like you're all in to finally get back to the big dance of the Super Bowl. That's what it sounds like.
It's been a while.
Okay.
28 years and counting. It's been a while. Okay. So they got a shot. They have a legitimate shot. That was Dallas Cowboy. It's back to U-Goboy now. That guy's off the rails. So you're talking to me. Yeah, I think we've got a legitimate shot. Okay. I like what I've seen so far. I had 3 big tests. How are they going to play against the Seahawks in third game in 13 days? Check mark. And they did it with a game-winning drive.
Yes.
How are we going to play against the Eagles, one of the top-tier teams in the NFC? No, all jokes aside, we stomped them. That was very decisive. The last box, I'm just looking at NFC because AFC, you'll be lucky to play one team, and that would be in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Look at the NFC side, the people that I know are going to be in the playoffs. That Lions game on December 30th. They win that game in convincing fashion. Yeah, they got a shot. Okay. They got a shot because all 3 of those teams are going to be in the playoffs.
You said it here.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Here we go! No, you set it up. You teed it up.
So what's our next topic of discussion here?
Oh, I wanted to get Jason Enrique and I want to get Mongo's takes on that real quick. On again, I believe that now let's switch over to Mongo.
Sure,
Jason
yeah.
Enrique. Can I get the talking pillow?
Yeah.
I mean the talking title.
I love this. That was my first time.
Shout out to Steve on the boards. Mongo, you said that this.
Steve is always a winner to us, man.
Yes, you said this was going to be a trilogy. You said that first meeting wasn't going to mean much. That you said that it was probably going to go straight chalk 1-1. Do you still stand on that it's going to be a trilogy, or do you feel differently about what's going to happen moving forward now that this game happened? And talk about that game from your perspective.
So I stand by it. We're going 3, provided listen, I'm a math teacher. Before we get lambasted in the comments, I get how math works. I mean, if one of them if either of them find San Francisco before they find each other again in the playoffs, obviously that may change everything. Which I think that's my biggest change from last time. Originally, I had Dallas and Philadelphia as 1A and 1B in some order.
Yeah.
San Francisco as a definitive, maybe sniffing 1C, probably more of a 2. It's now a 3-horse race, in my opinion. If anything, the story here is neither of these teams, to be quite honest. Sorry to spoil your fun.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
But there are 52 49ers who I believe are Super Bowl level talents, and Brock Purdy's there too. And
your favorite quarterback.
And I think
Peter Parker?
It's going to be a matter of what the order is. But there's no reason. And here's I think the biggest difference, in my opinion. On paper, originally, when we started the season, I think I told you everything you were saying was irrelevant because to me the Super Bowl champion was somewhere in the AFC. I now genuinely think these 3 teams we're talking about, one of them is winning the Super Bowl. I've switched. I've switched that far.
Dom DeMarco.
And if you're the team of these 3 that has not been there, that change in feeling will hit you more than the other 2 teams. Because once you've been to a Super Bowl, you believe you can do it every year.
That's true.
And once you do something, you know you can do it. So if these 3 teams all felt like inherent underdogs at the beginning of the year, the team that benefits most from that not being a feeling anymore, especially when you see the AFC landscape changing week in and week out, would be the Cowboys. And so I think that plays mega into their strength there more than, even anything we see on the field.
How about them Cowboys?
Dom DeMarco. And shout out to my brother, too. He got me this shirt. Send for the boys.
You go, boy.
Jason Enrique. Enrique Iglesias himself. You get the talking pillow now.
Thank you,
Akeem. What the hell happened on Sunday night? Were you shocked that it was a blowout? Is that what did you expect a closer game? And what do you think happens now with both of the teams?
I actually was surprised that it was that it was a blowout. I thought it was gonna be one of those games that it was gonna come down to the wire. It was gonna be a shootout. One team was gonna go on top of the other one, and then it was gonna be up and down. Definitely didn't see a baseball scoring game in this one. Which we didn't get, but I think this was more of a statement game for the Cowboys because, as I mentioned earlier on YoBTV Sports, we could stream on Bravely TV on YouTube.
Yes,
I mentioned that I feel very confident, especially during the midway of the season, that as far as that the NFC, it's going to run through the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm actually predicting that that's going to be the NFC Championship game right there.
Where is the game going to be? Santa Clara or Arlington?
Well, I mean, I'm feeling a little bit different now, but I'm going to stick to what I said earlier, and I think it's going to be at Jerry's World.
Oh, wow. That's a Dom DeMarco if I ever heard one. That's something. That's something. Oh, man. So, but yeah.
CeeDee Lamb has been balling out. Stephon Gilmore is looking like the Stephon Gilmore from before. Bland is, oh my God! I mean, he's just spectacular right now.
Facts.
And Prescott, most importantly, he looks like he's out to prove a point. Like I don't think I've ever seen Dak. I got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest, as you say. Rain Dakota Prescott. He looks like he is out on a mission. I think that all of the negativity and all the weight that has happened to being the quarterback of the America's team, and with all the naysayers, and then with everything that he's gone through in his personal life, with him becoming a father for the first time, and then dealing with the unfortunate situation with happened with his family, with his brother, and so on and so forth. I think that this is finally his coming out year, his coming out party, and he's done it all. He's seen it all. He's done it all. Now the only thing he's missing is a ring on his finger, and I think that he's out to get it. I don't know if he's ultimately going to get it this year, but he's showing more now than ever in his entire career that I mean my goddamn business.
Oh my God. Dom DeMarco. Can I get a Kevin Nash too? Can I get a Kevin Nash, man? Golly.
The band is back together.
I like it. I'll ask.
We're gonna get our turkey legs.
We will. Savage there.
Yeah.
Savage.
Turkey
there.
legs, chicken cutlets, the whole nine.
Yes.
The last thing on this, but it has to factor in here. And I know you 3 all know this, but if you're out there, kind of getting your toe dipped in the football pool for the first time here.
Give this back to you, my man.
Thanks to the insanity. You want to talk? I know we do Clown of the Week on your show. Clown of the Week
Yes,
here
sir.
would be the entire
Sirski.
would be the entire NFC South because of the way this lines up. There's a world where theoretically Dallas could have a better record, and that game could be played in Santa Clara. We could end up in that situation, which that just nobody wins in that situation, obviously, other than the 49ers. But even they'll feel, they'll have to hear about the cheapness of that if that happens that way. So, I mean, they really have to do something about this. I mean, I know it's a different conversation for another day, but it stinks that we could end up in that realm of insanity.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll tackle that in the offseason. See tackle football. See what you guys do. But
I said football. I said football pool. I dove in there too.
Before we keep it moving, let's stay on. Let's wrap here. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. Shout out Beverly Hills Cop on the way. Can't wait. Big guys there. So we need to talk about. All jokes aside, we need to talk about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles before we get to Tommy Cutlets. He is the next topic. But first we'll get to the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts. They threw the G. What's that G word?
I don't want to say it.
Generational.
I don't want to say it.
He's one of the generational guys.
I sound like I'm from Oz.
Exactly. It's the intro to Oz. I gotta get that drop. Yes. So I'm gonna throw some stats that I know you guys had no idea of, or you guys might have. Next gen over here, he might know.
Let's see.
Did you guys know the Eagles have been trailing at halftime for 6 consecutive weeks?
I did not know that.
I did not know.
Okay. Did you guys know that Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a first half touchdown in 5 straight weeks?
I did not know that either.
I did know that.
Neither is Zach Wilson, for that matter.
Savage right there. Salvaje right there.
That's the company you want to be keeping. That's the bar.
And last but not least, did you guys know that the Eagles haven't scored more than 7 points in a first quarter since week 1? I'm sorry. I couldn't get out with a straight face. Wow. Give me some savages there. That's pretty bad.
Okay.
That's pretty bad.
Yep.
With all those facts, those are facts. We do facts on this show. With all those facts in mind, what's going on with the Eagles' offense before we even get to their defense? What's going on with their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and what's going on with their offense? What's going on with the Eagles?
I'm just kind of spitting in the wind right here when it comes to the Eagles right now in this topic. But from the eye test alone, what I'm seeing is that Jalen Hurts has been carrying this entire team, specifically the offense, throughout the entire season, and maybe it's finally weighing him down a little bit because that offensive line is still solid. I don't have any questions about the offensive line, but and A.J. Brown is still an elite wide receiver and everything. But other than that, it's almost like week to week they're trying to find new ways to win because Jalen Hurts is getting a little bit too gassed and he can't do it all on his own and he's barely having any help. And thank God for the tush push because that's actually masking a lot of the stats that's going on right now.
Give me Savage right there.
Yeah, Savage. And I don't necessarily think that Sirianni is putting him in the best position to win early on. So that's why they have no choice but to make the second half adjustments in these games. I think the adjustments and then afterwards figuring out what they're doing wrong in the first half is allowing them to actually start off hot as far as record wise is concerned. But I'm starting to see that they're like Jalen Hurts is getting a little gassed and now they got to find new ways. They're consistently finding new ways how they could continue to ride on this momentum train that they're on. But we're already in week 14, week 15, whatever it is, and it's almost like an overabundance of chocolate. Well, sooner or later you're gonna get sick to your stomach. You can't figure it out.
Mongo, what's going on with the Eagles? What happened?
So, Philly has, both as a franchise and as a city, has we'll take care of it behind the scenes culture. And
I like that he said that. That's right.
Yeah.
That's and I think that's part of why this is not becoming a national story. But right around early October, you had those couple games where A.J. Brown was getting clearly angry about what was going on playing time wise and ball distribution wise, and they were doing things like just trying to force touchdowns to him at the end of meaningless games and things of that nature. And right about there is when we started to see some things change. And so again, he's so important to the team. He's got a career. I mean, he's a proven commodity.
Agreed.
And again, they hide a lot. So I think that's why there's not as much being made about this. But things seem to sure change once A.J. Brown got an attitude. And we see with the Steelers from week in and week out, right? How your wide receivers are feeling emotionally makes a whole lot of difference about what's going on the field. So I think it's going to come out, when all is said and done, if they, especially if they end up being the one of these three who's not in the NFC Championship, I think we're going to start to hear that this thing wasn't as kumbaya as we thought it was all along.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Des will end with this and keep it moving. That defense is boss. Can I get some trashes? Give me 25 trashes. Break the damn button. Lord have mercy. Bradbury's getting.
Was that Jimmy Stewart saying trash?
Yeah, it was.
What was that?
That's I like that.
I like what you did there. Bradbury is getting burnt like toast every week. Slay's getting burnt like toast every week. They went ahead and
Both
signed
former Giants, too.
Exactly. Shaq Leonard. They had to get him from the retirement community to play linebacker.
Give him the retirement
Give me a savage for that.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
They had to go trade for Kevin Byard, who's 46 years old. You know what I mean? Like, this secondary is trash. And they're getting burned every single week. When that pass rush doesn't get home, mind you, they had almost as many sacks as the 85 Bears last year. Got to give them their props.
That's right.
But they're not getting home this year. They're not. And it's freaking, it's hibachi grill back there with whatever quarterback. What is going on with this defense?
So coming into the season, if people were paying attention outside of the fans, anybody put their bias to the side, this defense was always hiding behind the defensive line, right?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Okay. So with that being
Tell
said,
me when I'm telling lies.
not only was it the secondary hiding behind the D-line, but it was also the linebackers hiding behind the D-line.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
So you would think that Philly and Dallas going into a Shaq Leonard Bowl, basically, that's what it ended up being, right?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And Philly bringing him on, you think, okay, maybe they finally got somebody that can plug and play. That did not work. Because you know what? This is what happens when you go out and you have half the line that is full of pros that have, you've got your Hassan Riddick, right? You've got your Josh Sweat, right? Proven guys. But then you've also got a couple of young studs that have no experience from the UGA Bulldogs. You think that they're the key to your success. But let's be real. When you got a puppy, most puppies don't know much.
Tell me what I'm telling
You
lies.
got to teach them a lot. So you expected a bulldog from some puppies, okay? Regardless of how much these guys have proven themselves in college, you put them in this position at this first year, second year phase, and you're expecting fifth year, 6 year results. That's not how it works.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You know?
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Continue.
And so then getting back to the secondary, I will give it to Philly with they're having a certain type of success with the injuries that they have sustained this season. But at the end of the day, it's always about next man up. So if you didn't have guys in line, your backups, you're not bringing guys in that can actually make a difference. I love the Byard trade for them. Philly always finds a way to really tick me off when it comes to these certain trades in the NFC. But at the same time, I just think they really were depending on to have a real dominant line, and it's just not working. And now they're putting themselves in a bad position going into the these last couple game stretch. Luckily they've got teams like New York to play twice, but if you don't come with your A game, you give up one of those games, you're putting yourself in some type of jeopardy going into the playoffs. People are gonna see the blueprint of how to take care of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, hey man, good luck to them. That's all I can say from where I'm standing.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Nick Bosa said that he and the 49ers found the blueprint, and I think it's funny that they didn't score a touchdown against Dan Quinn. Shout out to round of applause for Dan Quinn, DQ, the next head coach of some team. Unfortunately,
might be his time.
Yeah, 28-3 though.
23, yeah. But who? You know who the OC? You know who the OC was for that? Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Just have to get that out
AKA
there.
Nick Fury.
Yeah, exactly. Of the San Francisco Avengers, Mongo's favorite team and favorite quarterback. So great finish. Could be part 2 of part 3. We'll find out come playoff time. But let's keep it moving. We need to talk about Paisan, Tommy Cutlets. We have to do it.
All right, but hold on a second. If you don't mind me, I do recall that you and me have said that Des has some splaining to do.
Oh, yes. Can I get a Dom DeMarco?
They couldn't wait.
Hey, can I get like
We've
5?
been waiting since week 5, week 6, and now
They're
we're week
lucky I
15.
don't run. They're so lucky I don't run.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
Give me some savages, too. Get those savages going. And give me a Yahtzee.
I don't mean to throw you under the bus, but as he said on the show,
Yahtzee.
we do facts here. So.
We're here.
We do facts on this
Okay.
show. So Daniel Penny's first of his name. Your owner, and your GM said it, but I just heard your owner talking, honestly, because that's how things work with your front office. Your GM, by extension of your owner, said that when healthy, Daniel Jones would be the starting quarterback in the future of your beloved New York Football Giants. My question to you is, are you guys going to stick with Cutlet Sanity over there with Tommy DeVito, or are you guys? That was good. That was good.
I'm loving all this, by the way. I really am. Don't let my face tell you different.
Thank you. Are you guys gonna stick with Cutlet Sanity? Are you guys going to go with Daniel Jones when healthy, or are you guys going to? Is the starting quarterback not even on the roster? Are you guys going to draft the guy because Sheen and some Dable's disciples have been scouting quarterbacks for this upcoming draft class, which is loaded, by the way. Who will quarterback the beloved New York Football Giants in 2024?
So I will give you two answers. I'm going to give you the political answer, and I'm going to give you
that's a savage.
I'm going to give you the real Giants fan answer. Okay?
I love that.
So the political answer is going to be, when you go out and pay a guy $160 million.
That's a lot of Scotto. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have no choice but to put him in position to lead. Therefore, on paper, they will be sticking to Daniel Jones. Unfortunately, but this is what the situation is. Now, take all the political stuff off the table.
That's our regularly scheduled programming.
We will be going into next season with Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito battling for the quarterback 2 spot, because there is no way that you go into next season and you think, I don't care how much you're giving a guy, with the success you're seeing recently from a backup undrafted rookie compared to a guy that's been, and I understand Daniel Jones has been in the league for some time. This was his third coach in the midst of all the seasons he's been in the
I've
NFL.
lost track of the rebuild count.
Right?
Dude. I've lost count.
But I will say, as
5 by my count, but who's counting?
Okay, but the true Giants fan in me is saying,
as a savage right there.
you go into next season and you've got 2 guys battling for the backup spot. You don't even know who your starting quarterback is going to be yet. Now, with that in mind, that comes with a lot too. Because if you don't go into the season with your guy as the quarterback, we still got to pay some guys, right? You got Saquon coming out. He wants to be a Giant for life. You got to take care of him.
That's true.
There is a chance that you may decide to take care of Xavier McKinney early. Luckily,
Also
we got Dexter Lawrence out the way and Andrew Thomas out the way. So I'm hoping if the chips fall in our laps the way I would like, I'm okay with not picking a quarterback top 5, right? Because right now I think we're sitting at about 8 out of 10 in the
Currently,
top 10,
yes,
right?
Yes.
This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for Caleb to be off the list. I'm hoping for Drake May to be off the list. Maybe somebody even goes and grabs a third guy. You can pick whoever you'd like. But my guy, if I'm sitting between, let's just say 8 and 10. Let's just say that. Okay. I'm hoping if I'm sitting there, the guy's name is going to be called, and it's going to be a reach. But when it's your guy, is Jaden Daniels, who just won that Heisman Trophy this year. That's who I think New York needs to bring in.
Dom DeMarco.
And that needs to be your focus.
Oh, man. Conspiracies afoot. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here at the finale of the U-Goboy podcast, year 2, season 2.
That's awesome.
Sports talk with this lovely, handsome guy right here, the bearded one, Mongo, and myself. We're here with Jason Enrique. We're here with D Sizzle. We got Giants, we got Jets, we got more Jets, and we got. Can I get a how about the So let's keep it moving. Let's talk about the MVP race, and then we will get to Jet talk, and we will get to some pipe bombs. But let's talk about the MVP race. Rain Dakota Prescott, first of his name. Gotta say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest, baby.
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
Playing out of his mind. Round of applause for Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy. Just keep your finger on the button, Steve-O. Round of applause for Cedarian Lamb, first of his name. CDYAC. Round of applause for Brian Schottenheimer. Round of applause for Jake Ferguson. Baby Kelsey.
I like Jake Ferguson.
I'm in on that.
And round of applause for Will McClay, Steve Jones, Jerry Jones for having the foresight to get rid of Kellen Less / Kellen Moore. How you doing in LA with the Chargers? And to empower Mike McCarthy to call plays Yahtzee.
I'm
Big
sorry.
Yahtzee.
I know,
Big Yahtzee.
by the way, the
Yahtzee.
Chargers are getting killed right now.
Can we get a score of that?
We have Las Vegas up 21-0 against the LA Chargers. Boy,
Ryan Staley might not make it through the night, but we'll get there.
And before we continue, I just want to say real quick, just a little tidbit that I will always appreciate Jake Ferguson for making Jamal Adams look like he doesn't belong in the league.
Savage. I knew the Jet fans would appreciate that.
You have been impeached.
Jake Ferguson.
President who?
Jake Ferguson is him. Can I get a Yahtzee for Jake Ferguson, man? Another round of applause for Jake Ferguson. Love you, Fergie. Love you, Fergie. Yahtzee. So, Dak is playing out of his mind. This isn't. But let me let you guys in on a secret. This isn't really new to actual Cowboy fans. This isn't his best statistical season. It's not. He threw for 37 touchdowns 2 years ago, a franchise record.
Yeah.
And again, I said this with this guy. Get a camera on this guy real quick. I said this next to him. I never heard empty calories used with a quarterback until Shannon Sharp said that with Dak Prescott. Empty calories. Now, I don't know if 37 touchdowns is empty calories, but evidently it is.
I mean, his problem is he's been hanging out too much with Skip and Steve. Skip. Stop it, Skip.
So back on me. So I've been saying this for the longest, that once the offense caught up to 2023 and started operating like a competent system that's an iPhone 15 instead of an iPhone 1. Once that happened, this team would take off and Dak would reach another level just with how much work I know he puts in the offseason. Because he's one of the few guys that he's not in love with the lifestyle. He loves ball, and he wants to be the best player he could possibly be. Mm-hmm. So Mike McCarthy basically told him, listen, these are the answers to the test. This is how you run quarterback play at the highest level, because I've done it with Aaron Rodgers. I was on the staff in San Francisco back in the day with Steve Young and Joe Montana. He was on that staff. He was an OC and he was an up-and-coming quarterbacks coach. Sure. I remember. So if anyone knows about the West Coast offense, it's a guy that's freaking been with the 49ers, been with the Packers, has won a Super Bowl in this lifetime. It's that guy. And what you're seeing now is a guy who is comfortable at the line, who's comfortable with his reads, who's comfortable, who sees the field. They have a game plan coming in. It's not just Kellen Moore just calling plays. He's just calling plays. You don't have that right now. And there's a reason why the Chargers are 21-0 right now and why Staley's about to get fired, because you got Madden 94 for Sega Genesis calling plays and not understanding motion, not understanding coverages, not understanding let's set up plays. This is why the 49ers are what they are. Kyle Shanahan has a freaking obligation to make third down as easy as possible for Mongo's favorite quarterback, Brock Purdy. How do I make third down as easy as I can for my quarterback? That's the first question a competent OC says. Daniel Hackett doesn't do that. I don't know who's your OC with the Giants?
Over with us?
Yeah.
Mike Kafka.
Mike Kafka doesn't know how to do that. The face tells the story. But no. McCarthy does. Kyle Shanahan does. Competent OCs do. So my question to you guys, anybody can take this and then we'll keep it moving. Dak versus Purdy, who gets the MVP and why? If they finish with the same exact records, which I think they will. I think the 49ers are going to drop one more game. I said the Cowboys are going to drop one more game. They're both going to finish 13-4 in my opinion. And I think it'll come down to the voters or whatever. They're going to have identical records. Their numbers are pretty similar. Who gets the MVP if they both finish 13-4?
Dak Prescott.
And why? Quick, because I want everybody
Simply because Dak Prescott is not a system quarterback. I mean, this has been tailor-made.
Don DeMarco?
Yeah. I mean, you basically, San Francisco's offense is quarterback position is just plug and play at this point. You can put Sam Darnold, he'll look like Steve Young right now.
Don DeMarco said that with his chest.
So let's come back to the Jets with me, doesn't it?
It has to sizzle.
So this is not easy for me to say, and it's not any of my bias in this too. I'm just looking back based on when San Francisco had to play Philly last year in the playoffs, and Brock Purdy goes down. That team looked completely different. So, Jason, when you say that that offense is a plug and play for a quarterback, I slightly disagree. I do understand what you're coming from when it comes to weapons, but at the same time, if I've seen a successful Dallas team regarding even just using certain backups. Like in a Cooper Rush, for example, I've seen them be able to go out and beat certain teams, right? They may not be top tier teams, but I think the difference is the way the Cowboys have their whole team set up, more so than how San Francisco has their offense set up. It's very unique. So I'm going to go with Brock being the MVP just because of the analytics and what we saw on paper and what we saw last season when Brock left and he was no longer, he wasn't available for the rest of that playoff game. Like, it was a completely different team. So that's what I'm seeing when I'm debating who the MVP would be. But I'm still not 100% with that answer, but that's who I'm going to go with because I think Dak does deserve it at the same time. Hard question.
Okay, Mongo, before you bring it home, what I will refute to that is I'm 1,000% with Jason. Brock Purdy's not bad. He doesn't suck. He's not. Can I get some trash? He's not trash.
Yeah.
What I will say is the way that Kyle Shanahan has and John Lynch have set up this roster. Mind you, Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones. So let's and by the way, John Lynch wanted Trey Lance. Both remarkable L's, historic L's.
That's true.
Brock Purdy was picked 7th. Mr. Irrelevant, they had no intentions of him even seeing the field.
That's right.
That's correct.
Okay? They backed into him. Basically, they had no choice to start him because Lance got hurt, Garoppolo got hurt, and he was the only one that was active.
Yeah.
Break glass in case of emergency. I'm completely with Jay. Purdy goes down, not wishing for injuries. We don't do that on here. But say Purdy goes down, Sam Darnold is plugged in at any point. The 49ers are still a top 3 team in the NFC based on their roster. I still say that because they've got the Avengers.
Okay.
That's how it works with the Avengers. They fight Thanos. This is how it works. Dak Prescott goes down, the Cowboys are not a top 3 team in the NFC. No, they're barely a wild card team.
Right. And you pulled up the stats to prove it.
And I pulled up the stats. Like, he's doing stuff that only a small handful of players at the quarterback position can do. All right? Those kind of guys don't grow on trees. I don't believe Purdy is one of those guys, a force multiplier. I don't. So, again, to go off of that point, I say it's Dak unequivocally because, again, for what that offense is set up, it's not the 49ers are set up for the quarterback to just be a cast member. For the Cowboys, the offense is set up for the quarterback to be a star.
Okay.
No pun intended. I didn't even try to do that. and for that reason and that reason alone, Rain Dakota would get the vote for me if it comes down to that. Mongo, take us on home, and then we'll keep it moving.
All right, real quick. I just need to say, I hate Brandon Staley. I don't like Kellen Moore. But in defense of what's going on tonight, the Chargers are currently in a situation where their team motto is "Speak softly and carry an Easton stick." So I mean, there's not a whole lot, not a whole lot they can be doing.
Shows violence today, folks.
And in defense of Mike Kafka, it's hard to be a good offensive coordinator when your playbook is simply 1 page, 3 words, hand to Saquon.
Savage. Tell me when I'm telling lies, too.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Well, it's been a lot of fun watching the Giants live in DeVito Loca. See, I have one too.
You took that from me.
I have one too.
I had that in the chamber and he jacked it.
Tell me what I'm telling lies. Tell me what I'm telling lies.
I'm telling lies.
That's basically just Linsanity 2.0 going on over there.
See, this is why he's a legend, man.
He's a legend.
I'm glad you had it too. I'm glad you saw it too, though. Now, with that being said, though, I will take what you said and just take it one step further, which is I genuinely believe the 49ers could score on some of the worst teams literally with no quarterback and 6 linemen. Just direct sweep to Debo. Just direct sweep to Debo 15 times. You'll find, or direct to McCaffrey. You'll find the end zone a couple times. So I'm a big, for a math teacher, I'm a big English guy. I'm big in on the word value in this particular case. And when you look at the value of the whole team, I mean, they both are extremely valuable to their teams, but the other Niners are just more valuable than the other Cowboys. They take away from Purdy's value. And so just, on definition alone, I would say of the two, it's Dak. I also think it's sad that, obviously the injuries change things, but even before this, the fact that Tyreek was never in this conversation really to begin with, it's just really a shame for the NFL as a whole.
Great point.
He's my number 2, Purdy's my number 3, and to bring things home, to bring things completely home full circle, again, if you want to, this is a regular season body of work award, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That is
Stats
That's
included.
fair. That's correct.
Brock Purdy had a month of bad football. They have a 3-game losing streak, including a bye week. They didn't win a game for a month. Dak Prescott played one bad game against the same 49ers. Dak Purdy outplayed him, and I'll give him that. But he had a bad game. Purdy had a bad month.
I see what you mean.
So I give it once again to Rain Dakota Prescott, first of his name, because you show me the bad month he had, and then it's a different conversation. Mark my words, if Josh Allen was having the same exact season word for word with the same record, he'd be a unanimous MVP because he's one of the G guys. All right, he's one of those untouchable G guys. He's a G guy. Justin Herbert's a G guy. Joe Burrow's actually earned it. He's one of the few guys who I'd say deserves the G guy. And the fullback over in Philadelphia, he's a G guy too. You see what I'm saying? That's a savage. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm keep saying it. So it's just like, so again.
It's funny because he is built like one.
Exactly. And throws like one. So again, I stand on that 10 toes down. The way he's been playing, and he has been outplaying Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and all the top tier guys. He's outplayed them. He leads the league in touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? That has to count for something. He's top 3 in every major statistical quarterback freaking statistic. And miss me with they haven't beaten anybody. They just beat the defending NFC champions handedly. Yeah. And again, Dak Prescott outplayed the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. So, well, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got Steve on the boards. The GOAT. We're gonna keep it going. I know Mongolicious over here. I know you wanted to drop. Can I get a pipe bomb? Couple CM Punk pipe bombs.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yes. Another tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And another one.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I will. The floor is yours, Mr. Frieri. Put this up. This thing's heavy.
I start with a sigh whenever I talk about Zach Wilson. Listen, I will get to Zach Wilson. I know you want to talk about the Jets too.
We will get the Jets. We're going to bring it home with the Jets, actually.
But before I talk about Zach Wilson, if you don't mind, I need to talk about something very near and dear to my heart.
Go for it.
We live in a world where people tend to focus on the negative, and only the bad seems to get accentuated. And people say that's the world we live in right now, and that's the problem. And my question, sort of just rhetorical, is if that's the world we live in today, why is nobody talking about the Detroit Pistons?
Savage. That's a savage right there.
21 game losing streak.
Yeah.
I've been told they're called the Ass Vengers. That's just what I was told.
Can I get 10 savages? Go tight on this guy. Go tight on this guy.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
That's awesome. Don't shoot the messenger. Shout out to Joe Beningo. Continue.
And so, and even 20 years ago, that would have been a national story. David Letterman would have been doing things like every time the Pistons lose, the fifth row in attendance gets a ham, right? It would have been like that sort of nonsense. Shout out to David Letterman. And so, if we now live in a world where we don't care that the Pistons have had the same outcome 21 times in a row, why on earth am I supposed to care that Zach Wilson won a single game? Why is this supposed to mean something? Why are we praising him?
Savage. And another.
One game. And listen, I get it. Tommy DeVito is the darling of the town. The Yankees have somehow won.
James Gandolfini is back incarnate, apparently.
The Yankees have somehow won the NFL season in New York. Somehow that has happened. WFAN has been kind enough to declare him King Cohen, even though nothing has happened in the Queens, because the dude is rich enough to buy Mars, so that was good enough for the fan.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Jet fans, you have a Hall of Famer, and you're still the joke of the town. You're tired of it. I get that. But here, if you want me to evaluate Zach Wilson, I will give you an U-Goboy exclusive here. Here's my take on Zach Wilson.
You go, boy.
He stinks. Sorry. It's Christmas, so let me do that again. He stinks, stunks.
I'll give you that Christmas.
That was a little Joe Beningo in you right there as well.
You nauseate me, Mr. Grinch. Goodness gracious.
And here's the thing. I know we have some blindly loyal Jet fans still out there, and I'm sure you're going to get in the comments. You're going to you're going to get on the phone with us at some point, and you're going to come at me with your little stats, and I'll nod along. And
the Zach Wilson truthers.
Yeah, you do your thing. But here's the thing to me. I'm not even at a point anymore where I'm debating, is Zach Wilson a player or not? To me, the question at this point is now, is Zach Wilson a problem or not? And my answer at this point is a definitive yes. I've talked to you about this theory.
Yes, you have.
But the thing about Zach Wilson, you want stats? Here we go. He has been.
Here we go!
He has had a QBR below 70 4 times this year, but one was at the Cowboys in his first start. I'd give anyone a pass on that. But the other 3 were New England, Buffalo, and Vegas. 3 games that to any Jet fan mean the world. And I know you're thinking, Vegas, what's that all about? The last time we won at Vegas was 2009. We're 3-9 at Vegas in the last 30 years. We can't win there. Because we play them so much, we're not supposed to play them that much unless they had a similar record the year before.
Correct.
So
Correct.
those are games we shouldn't be losing universally. They should be pretty close because they're winnable games.
Wasn't the last time that we beat the Raiders? Wasn't it like Maurice Jones-Drew was playing for them or something like that?
It was. It was a shellacking in 2009. I had to look it up to see when the last one was. But the point is, these are the games that Zach just doesn't get. He doesn't understand what's important to this franchise and what's important to a Jet fan. Meanwhile, he's gone over 100 twice this year. He did it against Houston and he did it against Kansas City. And look at what we have there. He has been basically, you talk about generational. The narrative. Hang on, you'll see where I'm going. The narrative on Zach Wilson and that entire 21 draft class has been basically, you guys are being left behind. C.J. Stroud is the generation, right?
Yeah.
And so what does Zach Wilson do? Because this affects him personally and not the team. He comes out and balls on C.J. Stroud because he takes that personally. Why does he come out against Kansas City and ball? Because who wouldn't want to come out and ball against the standard? When it means something to Zach Wilson, then all of a sudden he cares. When it means something to the franchise, he could care less. That's a problem. And so he comes out against Mahomes, and he's this kid. You know who he is when he's against Mahomes? He's that 18-year-old kid who gets cut off by a 25-year-old driving a Ferrari. And unlike the rest of us,
Goodness gracious. Let this man cook. God.
Unlike the rest of us,
I feel like I shouldn't even be here with all the points that you're making right now.
What do the rest of us do, right?
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
We throw up our middle finger and we let the Ferrari go. But an 18-year-old says, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to speed up. I'm going to give him a taste of his medicine. And unfortunately, what happens to that 18-year-old in that situation? Either they get pulled over or, again, we don't wish for injuries, they crash, right? And at this point, best case scenario for Zach Wilson is he gets pulled over, metaphorically speaking. Because at this point, I want him to be pulled over. I want him to be benched after this. I never want to hear the conversation about him being a starter in this league again. I don't even particularly want to, and I definitely never want to hear the conversation about him being a Jet after this contract expires. Because this dude does not know what is good for a team, and I want him. I would literally rather have to put up with him being the Patriots quarterback for the next 15 years than ever have to see him again after this. I'm so done with this guy as a teammate and a player in New York.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Tell us how you really feel, Mongo.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
One more.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Goodness gracious! I think we covered all the tracks there.
I mean, I'm just gonna quote one of my favorite love stories of all time, Ghost. Ditto.
Rest in peace to Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, and listen, I could expand on so much more there, but it's just like if I do that right now, I'm gonna spoil my Clown of the Week on UOB Sports premiere this Saturday on Brinkley TV.
Yes, sir.
So be sure to check out for that episode. I'm gonna save it, but I'm in complete lockstep with everything you say. I don't care about the Zach Wilson truthers. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear that nonsense. That's a real term.
I know.
Oh
it is. That's why I'm laughing. I know.
In the words of Joe Benego, what a disaster. Oh, the Commanders.
you keep those shades on after that take. Round of applause for Mongo.
Yes.
Round of applause for Mongo.
Yeah.
That was lovely. Steve, we got time. We got time to go a little extra. Keep it going. All right, cool, lovely. Okay, so let's keep it going. So I'm gonna hit Mr. Cam Newton, and then can I get some pipe bombs? Can I get some pipe bombs, please?
Pipe bomb.
Can I get a tell me when? Can I get a tell me when I'm telling lies?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And another.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And another.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And one
Tell
more.
me when I'm telling lies.
Why does that pipe bomb sound like Slick Rick?
It's still CM Punk. Love you, Phil.
Right.
Love you, Phil. What I will say about Cam Newton. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Let's start from this angle. Shout out to Kimberly Martin from ESPN. She gave this
Former
take.
Jets beat reporter. Too.
Yes, she dropped the salvaje. That's what she dropped. So the Browns needed a quarterback, right? And they decided to call up old man Joe Flacco, former Jet.
Pretty Flacco.
Pretty Flacco.
Joe Cool.
Joe Cool. Off his couch in wherever the hell he lives, Delaware or Pacific, some mountain.
Right.
And he comes in and proceeds to beat Mr. Generational Trevor Lawrence in his very first start. I don't care if he was hurt. He played him. He was on the field. So with that being said, did they call Cam Newton? No. Is his phone connected? Like, does he have T-Mobile? Does he have Sprint? Does he have Boost? The whole city behind this?
He's got Cricket.
He got Cricket? So they didn't call him? Oh, okay. All right. There have been a couple vacancies at quarterback. I think C.J. Stroud, he's going to miss some time with a concussion or whatnot. You think the Texans are going to call up Cameron and call him up?
Bengals maybe?
No. Good point. The Bengals lost Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Jake Browning.
Jake Browning. Did they call up Cameron? Anybody? Nothing? No.
I mean, Carolina probably could have made a change.
I mean, Carolina, they could use some depth. I think.
The Jets don't have a legitimate quarterback.
Oh, the Jets. When Rodgers, his Achilles went out. Achilles went out.
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Arizona.
They chose Josh Dobbs over Cameron, Superman. Right?
You got
multiple teams chose Josh Dobbs over Cameron.
You got Aiden
O'Connell in Las
right
Vegas right now. The Vegas, did they call him up? Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Where's my camera? Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Bro, so I get you've got a podcast. I get you've got a platform now with your funky hair. Keep it funky Fridays. I watch your show. I'm subscribed to your channel. Good stuff. Great material. Let's talk about your football takes, buddy. Let's talk about that. Now, you had me when you said that game manager.
Mr. Game Manager.
Mr. Game Manager. You had me with Jared Goff. You had me with Tua. Jason's favorite. Tua
Tagovailoa.
And you had me with Brock Montana for the San Francisco 49ers Avengers. You had me. But when you bring up the name, put the glasses back on, man. Put the glasses back on.
He's getting more caliente.
When you mention Rain Dakota Prescott, first of his name, say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest.
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
A guy who leads the league in touchdowns. Does that sound like a game manager? A guy who's top 3 in every major quarterback statistical category. Is that a game manager to you? A guy who's won 15 consecutive starts at his home stadium. Is that a game manager to you?
Savage.
I don't think so. Listen, we're talking about a guy who in the Super Bowl didn't want to dive on a fumble. You thought I forgot about that? You thought I forgot about that? You sure about that?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Listen. I get it. I get it, Cam. You need traffic, right? You need engagement. You need views. You need likes and shares. Keep those glasses on. You need that. You need that. But when you mention Rain Dakota Prescott, first of his name, he's not a game manager. You're not a game manager when you're the front runner for the MVP award. When you're outplaying Lamar Jackson and outplaying Josh Generational Allen and outplaying Patrick Mahomes. You're not a game manager. He was a game manager in 2016 when he was a rookie. He was a game manager in 2017 when Zeke was getting himself suspended for God knows what. You were a game manager. But he is no longer that. He is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He is not a game manager. He
Tell
is
me
not.
when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And let me get a Ric Flair whether you like it or not. Give me one more.
Like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today.
Okay, so we are going to. The time flew. Time flies
when you're having fun.
We're gonna get one quick rapid fire in, and then we'll bring it on home. So each of us asks a quick question to our two. Me and Mongo will ask a quick question to you guys, and then we'll bring it on home. So Jason Enrique. Who is going to start for the Jets at quarterback next year?
Aaron Rodgers.
And Dez, who is going to start for the Giants next year at quarterback?
I'm going to be optimistic and go with a rookie from this upcoming quarterback class.
Okay. Unnamed, to be decided. Mongo, quick question for each of them, and then we'll bring it on home.
Let's go with who's going to win the NFC South?
I like that question.
We'll have that for both of you guys. Actually, that'll be the question for both of you guys.
Who's going to win the NFC South?
Dare I say New Orleans?
He was like, New Orleans? Savage. Look into your camera. You're like, New Orleans?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Savage. Same question, Des.
I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Honestly, I'm loving the Rashad White kid. You know, he's an all-purpose back. Mike Evans, shout out to Mike Evans. You know, it was the 10th season in a row, 1,000 yards receiving.
Round of applause for Mike Evans.
But your wild card is Todd Bowles as your head coach.
Former Jet.
Never know.
So round of applause. We are about to bring it on home. Thank you, big shout out to our guests for coming through.
Yeah.
Jason Enrique, D Sizzle.
Yes.
Of course, Mongo. Myself, Steve on the boards. And my camera real quick, and then I'll bring it home. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been an amazing year. We're over 100,000 subscribers, which is nuts. I never would have imagined that in a million years. We're closing on 1 million views on the music channel. Would have never thought that in a million years. You guys have been amazing. We're going to continue to grow this show. We're going to continue to grow this podcast. Me and Mongo will be back next year, of course. More on-location episodes, more crossover episodes, more merch. And we're just going to keep on banging this thing out. And we're going to bring it home like this once in a while. Let's go wide, go wide, go wide. That's the belt. That's the other belt. That's Jason Enrique. He's got a beard and amazing hair.
Yes, indeed.
That's D Sizzle. Love that goatee. That's Mongo. I'm U-Goboy. Love you guys.
You go, boy.
Yahtzee.
Whoa. Hey, this a vibe, nigga. Whoa. Woo. Secure the bag, I need more. Hey, 3P Jordan. Whoa. Woo. I can't keep it on a low. This a whole vibe. I don't need a plug, no cosign. Thinking out loud, that's a gold mine. Mask on, yeah, COVID-19. Baby mama, yeah, looking like Rihanna. Rest in peace to George, rest in peace Brianna. Still kicking like Van Damme with my niggas in Amsterdam.
You go, boy.
Yahtzee.